Group H. I know I've mentioned it before, but just a reminder, Group H does include Dolan, Game Time, Penguin, and Cuddle Bear. In our next matchup, it will be a ZVT, Game Time versus Dolan.
That's right. Game Time and Dolan taking convincing victories against their opponent. And now we'll see who is the supreme victor of Group H, the final group in the round of 32. After this, we will be moving to the round of 16, as oftentimes, 32 goes down to 16, binary, all that good stuff. Dolan is going to be playing the Terran pieces. Game Time, the Zerg. We'll have a yellow versus purple matchup. How do you feel about yellow versus purple?
I rather like it. Purple is actually my color of choice when I play custom games. So, it's like PVZ. I like it. I just saw the little probe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, this is not exactly what's happening, but color-wise, this represents Dolan, who's actually playing Terran. And this represents Game Time, who's playing Zerg. And then they're going to do their thing.
I like it.
Prepare for battle at the completely confusing plushies.
Dusk Towers, though, a favorite, it feels like, in tournaments. You see a lot of play on this map. But here we are on Dusk Towers, spawning in the top right. We have our purple Terran from Team Ascension Pro. It is Dolan.
And his opponent, spawning in the bottom left, taking 2 convincing games against the Swiss national Zerg player. We have Game Time, the yellow Zerg. So I have this thing, right? Sometimes I forget words in the middle of sentences. But for one reason or another, Penguin's ID escapes me more than any other word in the English language. And I cast him all the time. I've talked to him. I've worked on projects with him. Like, I've battled him in StarCraft Jeopardy before. Like, I know who Penguin is. But for some reason or another, Penguin's ID always escapes me. And I end up having to describe him as much as possible instead of actually just saying his ID. So we do have Hatch first here. Ooh. Is he going to open gasless? I really hope he opens gasless. Let's see. It's looking like it.
Yeah, so far it looks like it. It looks like that drone is moving down. We may have a 3
gasless no
hatch
scout
before gas. Yeah.
Awesome. So cool. Yeah. This is one of the styles that I like to play a lot, like to watch a lot. It allows you to get that economy up and going really quickly. And you have this option to move into different tech paths very easily on that strong economy. It becomes a bit difficult to defend the first Reaper, but it's quickly remedied because you get your 2 queens out really quick, and then you build 4 to 6 lings, and you're totally covered. Game Time accidentally building 2 overlords at a time there, cancels 1. Very good. Staying efficient, and that Reaper is going to move across the map as is usual.
Yep, we get those 4 wings coming out, those 2 queens, just as you said. It shouldn't be too hard to defend against this Reaper that is moving across the map. Those queens will pop pretty soon.
Yeah, there's this very small window of time where the Reaper gets free reign that as long as you stay on top of your micro, you're going to be okay. Reaper comes in. Okay, we got some lings. Now you just keep them away. These 4 lings aren't meant to kill the Reaper. You just keep them away from your drones and keep everything alive. And draw them into the creep just a bit. Ooh, a little bit of sort of not committal. You either have, with a Reaper bomb, you can't be too late to that party. You have to either you run backwards or you run forwards. There's really no second guessing, and Game Time second guess got blasted into pieces. But luckily, all Zerg units just totally recover. And I love this too. With the sort of gasless opening that you have here, it also allows you to get a super high queen count really fast, get those injects going, and get that creep tumor happening right in the beginning.
We are going to have Hellions coming out here for Dolan. He is making 2. Possibly see more. Might get a little bit of harassing, but I think with the queen count that Game Time will have, it shouldn't be too bad.
Yep, very nicely done over here. Surprised we don't see a creep tumor in the main yet to connect all these bases just yet, but we will see. We do have those 5 queens up and moving into Roach Tech. Very cool. So, like I said, you have the option of moving into either tech, whichever tech you want. This could be a couple of different things. We could have the safety Roach run, where you just get 3 Ravagers really quick to deal with Liberators and tanks and different things like that. Or it could be a full commitment to Roaches. Only time will tell. On the other side of the map, we do have quite a large Hellion count coming out here, and it looks like we have... Oh, this drop is going to be scouted, too. Perfect time with this Overlord coming in right around 4 minutes, and the gas is taken as well. So, drop on the way. Hellions across the map, totally scouted in every possible way by our buddy GameTime. And it'll be a bit tricky because the queens are really one of his main defensive units. We do have that creep tumor in the main, but it was a little bit on the late side. So he won't have a full connection between his bases, which is one of the more important things in this kind of a scenario. He's going to be moving forward with the Hellbats. Roaches on the way. They might just barely be in time for this. He's got to stall out so he can get that critical mass of roaches and start kiting. Really doesn't want a direct engagement with it. He's got to stay away, use his range to his advantage. Nice surround over here, but Hellbats deal so much damage. Some transfuse energy is up, and it's looking like this is going to be a hold.
Yeah, it looks like GameTime will be able to push this away for now. Behind this, though, we do have Banshees. We do have Cloak being researched. But there are Spores also in production.
Yep, and very well predicted. This is a versus Banshees Spore placement. If you're going to go against Liberators, they're further out, so you can tell the GameTime is predicting the move toward that unit, more likely, and very well predicted here. That economy is getting out of control right now for GameTime, droning up hard, and we can see he's going into ranged upgrades now, so we're looking like we'll have a ranged style ZVT. One of the things I really love about Legacy of the Void is you can play Lingbane Muta style, but you can also play the range style Roaches and maybe mixing in some Corruptors. A lot of times you have the Corrosive Bile Fungal combos, which are very nice.
Yeah, I love that.
So we do have that Infestation Pit coming down 1-1 as well. And now we have to deal with these units. And slow Overseer, bit unfortunate at this stage in time.
Those Banshees, one of them a little bit low. We'll see how it does, though. Queen's a bit out of position here. These Banshees will get a few drones killed.
Ooh, Roach is going to intercept. Oh, no, they're just a bit off. That could have been really, really bad for Dolan, but he dodged a bullet there. I'm going to run over here, start taking out quite a few drones, already up to 6. Excellent investment, just 4, I believe, Hellions running by there. The Banshees, though, did get pushed back. It was a nice distraction, pulled the units of the Zerg player to the left side, and that allowed that sort of run by of those Hellions to happen, sort of like a blocking maneuver, and the running back runs through. Sports metaphors, fantastic. Okay, so we do have the Queens. Lots of transfuse energy. Oh, I think you meant to transfuse, not attack. Don't attack your own Queen.
No.
Not suggested. And fourth base timing is really, really important. One of the things that Zerg players, all players in general, have to adjust with Legacy of the Void is this earlier taking of the expansions. We can see that GameTime really, really on top of that this game.
Yeah, GameTime really doing a good job here. He is moving across the map now. Roach speed not finished, but will be in a little bit. However, Carapace finishing now in 8 seconds. Might be waiting for that, or might just be heading home at the moment until he knows really what's up. Sees those Liberators, gets a better idea of what the army looks like, and now Roach speed is finished. I think GameTime will be moving across the map, maybe? He's getting into position.
Yeah, this is quite the force. It's a 1-1 attack, and we have no infestors just yet, so just going to be all just meat and potatoes, damage coming all around. He even got He got 1-1-1. Oh my God! Running direct. Oh no! I don't know about this.
Yeah, I don't know about
siege
this
tanks
either.
and liberators. This is absolutely insane. So much damage raining down from these siege units, and oh my God! Oh, that was. Oh.
I will admit I've had those times too where I'm like, oh, I can run into the Liberator, and then I regret my life choices.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh man. Game Time was looking great with that early defense, but walking into a line of not only siege tanks but already set up liberators.
That was.
I feel like that's one of those times where the less experienced players commit too heavily to the aggression, and they're just like, okay, this is my timing attack. I do it. It's strong. It works out for me a lot of the time, and I just do it. Just okay, I'm doing my attack because this is the time that I do it, and not being quite as fluid as the more experienced gamers, where they more non-committal aggression, more sort of okay. Oh no, this is not looking good, and I have another branch that I go to in my decision making, my strategy. We do have really nice Overlord placement over here. Going to get that creep all over the places where Dolan wants to expand, which will be very helpful. Also taking a fifth base. Fifth base on this map, bit tricky. Choosing where you're going to take it for the most part. This base over here, the pocket base, doesn't get taken as a fourth just because it's so vulnerable to siege units up on this high ground, liberators, things like that. But oh my God, no wonder he's taking that base. He's double expanding. He just took, the number of bases. This is really risky. He just lost a whole lot of army, and he's taken so many. He needs to macro up right now. He needs to stop building drones. This is incredibly dangerous. Oh my God.
I'm a little surprised that Dolan didn't move out sooner, knowing how much he just killed. That might work here.
Oh my God, he's taking another hatchery. Oh, I can't.
Yeah, Game Time.
He's building 17 corruptors. Oh my God.
You know, Dolan, he's moving out now. Game Time.
So
there's just not much here for him. The army supplies 126 to 94. Stuff is starting to come out for Game Time, but Dolan just has so much, and he's right
Some
here.
Nice fungals, but nothing to follow it up. Losing infestors. Dolan is crushing through. It's like, sure, he's got a maxed out army, but most of his units that are on the way. Oh my God. Very luckily, there's not any ground to air in this army. Whoa, those corruptors are going to be very nice, but what is he going to do against this ground force? He does have some Hydralisks coming out, but a lot of them getting killed off by bad rallies. This is a bit of a problem if he only had some. Oh my God, these Hydralisks getting absolutely obliterated by the tanks. Oh no, 22 workers killed. Roach Hydra forces on the way here. Yeah, third base pretty much non-existent. That's a GG.
GG. Honestly, that attack into the Liberators is what changed everything.
Well, I mean, he was in a great spot. He sacrifices his whole army to a perfectly set up siege tank liberator line, and then proceeds to take 3 expansions. How many drones did he have at that point? It was like ridiculous.
Yeah,
he had so many. He had like, oh my God, I'm looking at the chart. He had over 90 workers.
Wow. Yeah, that was.
I don't see. Ah, man. Sometimes it's that moment in time. You make a big misread. You totally misunderstand the scenario of what's going on. Had he had his whole force of Hydras and Corruptors set up in time, maybe he takes it.
Yeah. But that.
That was a really unfortunate moment because he was in, I think, such a great position defending that first attack. But deep breaths, relax. Going to the next game can be very, very difficult for the players to do, especially after losing a game when you're ahead like that. Starting game off in a good position and then losing can be a very frustrating way to lose. And now we have the test of Game Time's mentality. Can he recover from this and win his 2 games to move on, or will he allow that tilt to affect him in a way that's going to, inevitably make him lose this game? We are an orbital shipyard, so similar game as far as base layouts. Much different game once you get to the pushing, the mid game, and things like that. We'll have to see as I'm watching the attack happen on the delayed stream.
Here we go. As you said, orbital shipyard. Now, in this matchup, do you think it's possible to see some 3 Rex Reaper happen?
Definitely possible. Speaking of